So when you as a leader, when you want to become stronger, there's the world of emotions. And this level is intermediate level and it's often overlooked. So I'm going to tell you a story about Lior Raz, the main actor of Fauda. It's a world famous series and they just launched a new series called Offroad, and Lior Raz is visiting a shaman in Kazakhstan or Kyrgyzstan. And I'm going to tell you the story to illustrate the power of emotions. So, what we often forget to see is that the emotions keep us out of certain paths as a leader. So, when we are in touch with our emotions and work through the painful emotions, then it makes us more real, it makes us more truthful. It helps us to connect deeper to ourselves, but also more compassionate to others. It helps us to become more joyful. So often we are in a state of doing mundane tasks and it takes us a little bit of our joy, and unconsciously this costs us a lot of energy. It helps us to make us become stronger. When we are more in touch with our anger, we have easier access to real willpower. So I'm not talking about the willpower of the ego. I'm talking about the willpower, the deeper willpower of ourself, what we really need. I'm going to illustrate the story of Lior Raz. So Lior Raz and Rotem Sella, they're on their way to visit the shaman, and she's coming and she sees Lior Raz, and out of the blue she says, "Hey, here finally, there's the real patient." And she sees that it's good for them to go outside. So I think she has a hunch to be outside, to be in nature, is a good place for Lior Raz to open up. And and suddenly they start talking, and you see that the emotion that's obvious to see for everyone is that probably Lior Raz is very much in touch with his anger. Because of his youth, he felt abandoned, he felt alone. So he became a warrior in life, and that's also his strength. I mean, that's probably the reason why he is in Fauda. He's probably the most known warrior of the country that he represents. And but his Achilles heel is really that it takes a lot of energy to be so strong all the time. So you see that with the shaman, he's able to get in touch what's really bothering him. So he's taking so much weight on his shoulders. He's suffering from being strong all the time. He's suffering from not letting his fence down. He's keeping his guard up all the time. So with the shaman, he's able to work through this difficult emotion of vulnerability, probably for him, and to show his more sensitive side. And by the way of tears, he's really opening up and letting go of the weight on his shoulders. And then the shaman does a nice thing. She says, "I'm giving you a sentence, maybe from me, maybe from God." And she says, I'm very proud of who you have become. And I think this sentence for him neutralizes also the fighting ability. So the ability to be strong and fight for even more. I think this sentence can neutralize the anger a little bit and get him more in touch with the soft side. And by the tears, he's getting it out of his system. And what I really learned from by him opening up and showing his vulnerable sides is it really that he's getting more in touch with himself, more in touch with his energy, more in touch with his need, more in touch with connection in others instead of fighting. And it was a very inspiring example. Now, the lesson here is that in Kabbalah, the emotions are ruled by the world of Yetzirah. So Yetzirah is, we have levels of the soul, that's often Ruach. Ruach means wind. So when we master our emotions, we are able to do different things in life. So when we master anger, when we really get in touch with our anger, and for certain people this is very difficult because the ego blocks the anger, the healthy anger, they suddenly start to feel willpower. When we start to feel willpower, we're able to put boundaries for ourselves. With grief, when we feel grief and access the grief, we're able to really be in touch with what's important in our life. What do we love? What are we longing for? What have we missed? And can we feel the tears and let it go, the grief? Because it makes us softer, but it also it puts us more in touch with truth. Now, these are just examples, and the lesson that I want to share here is look at the episode of Offroad penultimate, and you'll see the power of emotions. You'll see the power how it affects Lior Raz, and this is often a hidden gate to our development.